Hello and welcome to Diaspora Weekly. My name is Jermaine Nkrumah and you're watching Diaspora Network Television, DNT. You can follow us all on our social media handles. Today I have a special guest and she agreed to come to the studio and do just an abbreviated conversation with me. So I'm not even going to go into the jungle today. I want you to meet my friend, Adwoa Kyerematen.
Yeah.
Adwoa, welcome.
Thank you. It's good to
From
be here.
From DC.
Washington.
Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if you still have snow. Oh.
No.
How long have you been down?
Oh, just a few weeks.
A few weeks.
But I'm here more often.
No. You see, that's where you get yourself in trouble. A few weeks.
See, that's why I didn't even want to answer that question.
You've been in Ghana a few weeks.
You see how I didn't want to answer that question? I like to slide in and slide out.
All right, you're forgiven. How are you?
Oh, very good.
How has it been since you've been here?
Oh, good. Very productive as always. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Good. And the last time I spoke with you, you guys were going to get us a seat at the United States Congress. You got people all excited.
We did.
Oh, really?
Yes.
All right. Tell us about it.
So the Congressional Ghana Caucus was established last year on Kwame Nkrumah Day, September 21st, at the U.S. House of Representatives, led by Congresswoman Gwen Moore, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson-Lee, your friend, and Congresswoman Sarah Jacobs. And that was all.
Wait, where are the guys? Only girls?
Oh, well, sometimes women have to lead.
Wait, yeah, you guys. Okay, so Ghana GHPAC is you and another lady, and you got three congresswomen. Where are the guys?
So first of all, Ghana Diaspora Public Affairs Collective, GHPAC, is led by a founding council of 8 people.
Okay.
So you've met 2 of us.
All right.
But you have to meet the rest.
Okay.
For sure. So there are men involved.
Oh, okay. All right.
But it's okay for women to lead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I don't have any problem with women leading, but if I know the 2 of you women and then 3 congresswomen, I'm like, okay, what happened to
Hakeem? Well, we're adding more to the party.
Okay.
So there are a few more that will be announced soon.
That's good.
Once the caucus gets reintroduced into this year's Congress.
Okay.
But the point is that since then, the caucus has been very active. They just came. I had a delegation come a few months ago, shortly after Vice President Kamala Harris came.
Oh, okay.
Yes, but I think what we are really looking forward to see is this effort, which was really sparked by Ghanaians, Ghanaians in the diaspora.
Okay.
Which is important, that Ghanaians in the diaspora are able to come together and achieve these kind of monumental things, and then are able to shape and influence members of Congress to work in a way where there's a mutually beneficial development and trade and relationship between the U.S. and Ghana. And that is what we're continuing to fight to see, that we are seeing a facilitation of resources and deals and agreements made that will actually benefit Ghanaians, not just Ghana.
Okay.
Right?
Well, I mean, the temperature in the United States Congress right now.
Yes.
I think last year when you guys launched it, the Democrats were in control.
Yes.
And Nancy Pelosi, Speaker Nancy Pelosi, succeeded by Hakeem Jeffries and all that. But now...
Republicans are in control.
Not just Republicans. You have Marjorie Taylor Greene is literally running United States Congress right now. She doesn't strike me as someone who really knows where to even point Ghana on the map.
Well, actually, she did come by our press conference for the
MTG came to the
well, I don't know if she knew what she was walking into, but she inquired and she seemed interested. GHPAC, we engage everyone.
Okay. Well, that's good, but I'm saying that MTG comes to GHPAC. Like you said, did she know where she was going?
I don't think she knew where. I think she got lost. She was curious by maybe all the colorful people that were standing there. But the point is that we are engaging everyone.
Right.
Which
you should.
Ghanaians in the diaspora are not just Democrats.
Of course.
Or, yes, you know, so anyone that has an interest in Ghana, which, you know, a lot of Republicans do.
Well, I mean, of course. Right now, the Republican Party of old is not today's Republican Party.
That is true.
And look, I have absolutely no problem with republicanism because the Bushes, you know, the Reagan, it's fine. But today, anyway, let's leave that. Let's leave that alone. GHPAC. So, what are some of the things that you're working on? We know what you're working on the U.S. side, on the other side of the Atlantic. What are you doing on this side of the Atlantic?
Right, and I should, just to wrap one in a pretty bow, I would say what we're really interested to see, where we see some alignment with Republicans, is infrastructure development.
Okay.
And that continues to be a key priority here.
Okay.
And that is something that Ghanaians in the diaspora care a lot about.
Okay.
Right? And so that is the talking point that we go to a lot of members of Congress for.
Okay.
And also industrialization as well. Okay. So how do we support Ghana's industries here? Where are there aligned interests, you know, to pursue that. So when we talk to Ghana government, certainly we talk about those same issues because Ghanaians in the diaspora really care about development at home. Where it comes to our roads, where it comes to just making sure that there is a thriving economy so that we can come home. Yeah. Yes.
I epitomize the concept of Ghanaians coming home.
Yeah.
Because I'm home.
Yes.
But do you somehow feel like you're on the outside looking in?
Well,
as a Ghanaian diaspora.
It's interesting. The conversation has changed, you know. In even recent years, obviously the term diaspora has changed now.
To what?
Well, now it has expanded to mean African Americans, descendants of slaves,
formerly enslaved people.
Yes, formerly enslaved people, and so we're seeing an expansion, obviously, of the diaspora approach by Ghana government. For GHPAC, I would say because we are laser focused on and really have the ability to corral the opinions and perspectives of Ghanaians in the diaspora, all we are saying is don't leave us behind, think of us as well, and that we really need a solid diaspora plan to involve Ghanaians in the diaspora. I think Sam Jonah mentioned this not long ago in a very interesting report where he mentioned specific countries in the world that have solid diaspora engagement programs with their native diaspora, right? Okay. And how important it is to consider that for the future and to not always assume.
Did he put Ghana in that poll?
Yes, he was basically saying that the future generations of Ghanaians in the diaspora need to be even more engaged.
Well, I have my questions about because from where I sit, Ghana has not done enough, nearly enough for her diaspora. Here are the facts. The Ghanaian diaspora cannot vote wherever they live.
Right.
But the Malian, Cote d'Ivoire, Senegalese, Angolan, South Africa, all these people have their diasporans voting from wherever in the world they live.
Yeah.
That's one. Senegal has even gone further with 165 legislative seats.
Yeah.
15 has been allocated for the diaspora. These are the countries that are serious about engaging their diaspora. I don't see that here.
It's true. So GHPAC, we fundamentally believe that ROPA must happen.
Okay.
Not only because the Constitution says so, but because we know that it would benefit the country, right? It will benefit Ghanaians at home.
Right.
So we don't see why it hasn't happened yet. Now, we understand what the barriers have been, you know, what we've been told about lack of resources, the cost.
Yeah, don't go. If I hear lack of resources,
but
Mali have more resources than we do. Senegal has more resources than we do. Yeah. Cote d'Ivoire has more resources than we do.
No, they don't.
Exactly. So it's almost like when your neighbor send his kid to school and you ask your father, how come I'm going to, oh, I don't have the money.
Yeah.
If it's serious enough, you find the money to take your son to school. And for me, that is where it's missing. You see what I'm saying? Look, if you don't have the resources, slap $20 on top of whatever you charge for people to apply for passports from overseas. That extra $20 easily funds ROPA.
I think that if you went to Ghanaians in the diaspora and said, find a way or help us organize a scheme to pay for this, you will find it very easily.
Yeah.
And we'll pay towards it.
That's it. And not only that, ROPA, I'm emotionally, when it comes to ROPA, because I know my history and I'm not going to go through it. But even besides that,
yes,
we're about to throw somebody in jail.
Yes.
Who had the audacity to run for parliament after he had filled out the application to renounce his Canadian citizen.
Right. But
just because the process had not gone through, we've taken him to court.
Yes.
Before then, we took an MP in Boku, who is an MP in Boku. If these people, if the provision, the exclusionary provision in the Constitution is about allegiance, right? It's a good thing that you're part of GHPAC. You know how many Ghanaians in the United States that have run for a government position, mayors. Yes. Some are running for state legislatures and everything, right?
Yes.
You have that option.
Yeah.
I have that option.
Yeah.
But I say, no, I'm not going to. I'm coming home.
Yes.
To run for parliament to help. They say, oh, we're going to throw you in jail just because you made a mistake. What does that say about how we really view our diaspora?
Well, it sends a wrong message. You know, this approach sends a wrong message. It suggests that you're not really Ghanaian. At the end of the day, Ghanaian is Ghanaian.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what the Constitution says. And so many Ghanaians in the diaspora don't even know that's what the Constitution of Ghana says. You know?
And I've always said this, I'm sorry. You make your money in the United States.
Yes.
You bring those dollars here to invest. But you're not Ghanaian enough.
But it's not even more, it's not even about money.
But check this out. The one who had never set foot abroad, maybe goes to conference and back, who doesn't have any type of other, full, without any other.
Yes.
They wait, the money gets here and they do a deal. The moment they can put a nice figure together, they take it outside to go and put in the United States. So you are bringing in the money.
Yes.
And they are taking the money outside, but they are more Ghanaian than you are. Explain that to me.
I can't explain that to you. What I think is not even just about money. Our families are here.
Yeah.
Right? Our aunties, our mothers, you know.
Yeah.
We come back often,
yeah,
even when we live abroad. Ghanaians are even unique in that way when you even compare that to Nigerians even. Or other countries. Ghanaians are always coming back. We have businesses here. We have homes here. We have property here. And how many of our doctors, Ghanaian doctors in the diaspora, come back and do medical missions, train doctors here in Ghana?
We don't hear about them because to the average Ghanaian it's not a big deal. Yeah, we'll make it a big deal. But let 5 Israeli doctors come to Ghana. Hey, it's in the news. Oh, if doctors, that's the mentality that gets to me.
But you know what? I also, in a way, blame Ghanaians in the diaspora. Okay? And hear me out. We have to be more organized. We don't voice these concerns. We don't voice our interests in an organized fashion.
Well,
we complain in our living rooms and this. What you see with other stakeholders, other diaspora groups, is that they come together, list out their needs, and take it to Ghana government. I think that, GHPAC is interested in that exercise. Yeah. And what we would like to put forth in front of Ghana government is a diaspora bill.
Okay.
One that captures all of the needs and interests of Ghanaians in the diaspora, the barriers that we experience when we come home.
You know,
in order to actually advance human development here in Ghana.
Yeah. You know, interesting, at Diaspora, at DNT, we get a lot of these stories. I had a gentleman stop me at the airport from Germany, coming, mountains of constraints in a way. Do you know why? Because they know if you live in DC, I know this land belongs to you. I'm going to take it anyway. Because what are you going to do? Take me to court, right?
Yeah.
Good. The court case, when you come, they call the case, you come to court, you buy your ticket and come to court one time. Oh, case is postponed. You go back. They do that 3 or 4 times to you. You say, you know what? Keep the land. You do know how many times this has happened?
Yes.
And the government is doing absolutely nothing about it.
Not only that, we have issues with estate planning.
Well,
look at what happens when we lose a family member. It's very hard to navigate that situation and tears families apart.
Yeah.
We're interested in this solution.
Yeah.
And there does need to be a Diaspora Ministry with a budget that provides a process and mechanism to address these issues. These issues are decades old.
Yeah.
Decades old.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't think, I haven't seen a diaspora policy, but it's good to know that GHPAC is pushing a diaspora bill. Is it the same as the Homeland Return Bill or
no?
Separate? Okay.
No, we have looked at the Homeland Return Bill, we've examined it. We understand that it's really designed to help the diaspora, that includes those that are descendants of the formerly enslaved.
Okay.
And so after reviewing it, we understand that they have particular unique needs. For example, the Homeland Return Bill includes processes of which to help them assimilate into the culture. So language support and cultural education. It also includes an application process for citizenship. Okay. This is a very unique and distinct difference for the Ghanaians and diaspora. Ghanaians and diaspora don't need to apply for citizenship. Right. We just have to process the citizenship that we were born with. Yeah. You know, that is in fact,
a bit of a clarification on that. If you can prove your lineage, your blood lineage, that's all it takes. I went to apply for the dual citizenship thing. And there was a law, there was a court case with Kwekwaza and everything that was resolved. The Ministry of Interior itself said, nah, you don't need that anymore. If you have your Ghanaian birth certificate, you just walk right in and process your passport. And in fact, my kids, one of them has not even been to Ghana before. Oh my goodness. And she has a passport.
Oh really?
Yeah. Wow. You can process it there and that's it. You have your Ghanaian passport and United States passport. Yeah. So that makes that your
but you know, now unique. There's a lot of confusion with the Ghana card. Yeah. So where do people go to get clarity? You see?
Well, the clarity is this. For me, born and raised in Ghana, live in America, I have my birth certificate, straight up. For offsprings, my offsprings, your offsprings born in the diaspora, they only need, and I can go with how my kids did theirs, the marriage certificate, no, their birth certificate that has my name on it. Yes. It's all it took.
Well, I'm not saying that the process is difficult. Yeah. What I'm saying is that people are not aware.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Of that the process, yes. If you have a child in the diaspora, born in Australia, whatever, right? Yes. They take their birth certificate with you, the father or the mother, your name on it. Yes. And they apply with their the information page of your Ghanaian passport. Those 2 documents alone gets them their Ghanaian passport. Yes. Yes. You know, so.
But what we're saying is that there needs to be, for example, it would be wonderful to have a portal, right?
Yeah. Okay. And so that needs to be, you're right.
You know, North Star, where you get all of your information credible, you know that this is the right thing to do, there's no confusion. Every December, there's a mess. There's a mess. If you go talk to the embassy in Washington, D.C. or the consulate in New York City, and I'm going to speak from the American, perspective there, it's always a disaster. People don't know. there are 3 million plus Ghanaians in the diaspora. 3 million, and that one office dedicated to engage them. Is there? You can mention the diaspora office, but they're not a ministry, they don't have a budget. Yeah. And now the diaspora definition has expanded. What I'm saying is there are millions of Ghanaians who are unintended to.
So you're making a very, very good case for a diaspora ministry.
Yes.
And at a time when almost everybody is calling for a reduction of the number of ministries already in Ghana.
Okay, but how many ministries are dedicated to this amount of people?
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, you're preaching to the choir. I think 3 million plus, and if you count our second and third generation, you're pushing 5 million.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. And so if these people are backward looking, they're looking back. I'm shocked. Let me tell you my shock. I grew up in Ghana at a time when we were cool. We listened to Kool and the Gang and Midnight Star and all that. Our hair was like this and all that stuff. That's the music I grew up on. I live in the States, and that's the music I listen to.
Yes.
I get in my daughter's car. She's listening to Shatawale. Wait, something is off. I'm the one who was born and raised in Ghana. She was born and raised. She's listening to the Ghanaian and Nigerian artists and all that stuff. Yeah. So I'm saying that our second and third generation are really backward looking.
Yes.
But what are we doing for them to engage them?
Or just even making it easier. It's very difficult still sometimes to start a business.
Yeah.
You know, it's not easy to access the paperwork. It's not easy to follow and track the process.
Right.
It's not easy to buy a home.
Right.
Sometimes the banks right now are trying to make it easier. They're trying to appeal to the diaspora. They shouldn't have to do it on their own.
Yeah.
Ghana government should support the banks. Yeah. You know, it can help stabilize the banking system here.
So
we talk about an informal economy and wanting to move more towards a formal economy.
Right.
You can engage a human capital that is used to a formal economy, right? That will use their credit card and use those processes. They will utilize addresses.
Yeah.
Okay, so think about how that could revolutionize the future.
You mentioned the Diaspora Bond. Off the top
Did I mention the Diaspora Bond?
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, you're bringing it in now.
Yeah. Give me an estimate. Of course, this is not scientific. If the government of Ghana decide, okay, we've heard of Diaspora Bond, let's try it. How much do you think, and this is just a rough estimate, how much do you think can come out of that?
The Diaspora Bond.
Yeah.
Oh, well, like I said, right? 3 million plus Ghanaians. Even if each one donated $1, what does that tell you, right? Now we've seen that Ghanaians in the diaspora, there are several that have done exceptionally well, and are multimillionaires and things of that nature. They have not even been engaged.
Nope.
Okay, and they are often frustrated. They will tell you because of a lack of an organized way to be involved, to give back. So where is the transparency with the Diaspora Bond?
Wow.
How is it being used? What are the plans? Transparency is so key in order to get more investment in.
Well, I'll tell you what, it hasn't even started. You're talking about transparency. So if we just start to talk about the diaspora engagement, we're going to be here all night. But I'm telling you, it's always such a pleasure to speak with you on the phone many times. And now you're in the studio. Don't be a stranger. Give us your final thoughts before we go.
Well, you know, I'm hoping that the Diaspora Weekly will support GHPAC's plan to have a diaspora bill.
Okay.
And to have a Diaspora Day. Now, Nigerian...
A Diaspora Day.
Diaspora Day.
We've called it over here.
Oh, well, then we're already aligned.
Yeah, well, it's amazing to me that Ghana does not have a Diaspora Day.
Yes.
I mean, it doesn't have to be a holiday because I believe we already have too many of them, about 14. But one day set aside to just acknowledge the diaspora.
Yes.
If you're watching and you hate diasporas, let me tell you who a diaspora is. The diasporan is the guy who got your independence. The diaspora is the one who brought cocoa that's now fetching us the second or third largest leading foreign exchange. It's a diaspora that brought in the company to find commercial quantity oil. The diaspora, we're building the nation, but we don't have a day.
We don't have a day. And not only can it be a day of celebration, but a day of collaboration.
Yes.
You know, one thing that GHPAC has seen is that there's so many bright minds here that often find it difficult to navigate even the system here. And that when we all come together and actually look at the problems, and those who are at home can engage those abroad with, here's what we're seeing, here's our ideas, and then we also come with, here's what we've learned.
And we'll put it all together.
Together. I would love the Diaspora Day to look like that, to look like a collaboration of us coming together.
That's celebration.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think you just defined the mission statement for Diaspora Network Television.
Okay.
Thank
Good
you.
to see you again.
This has been a great edition of an abbreviated edition of Diaspora Weekly. My guest being Adwoa Shermatin. I would not mention that A word because I don't want to get in trouble.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
See you. Thanks for watching.
What's cool, fresh and trendy with a new look? Makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? You gotta do it alone. Specialized makes you flow. Anytime, anywhere. Specialized, feel different. Always think specialized. Special ice, natural mineral water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.